it busy and I like it flat out, and it always is flat out. But when you're racing, you take time off bikes for like a month or two. Although I've taken time off from bikes, the rest of the stuff's like accelerated. So last year I'd set up the team and I'd set up a structure where we had Alan as team manager and head of performance, and Alan still maintains that position. Tom was head of technical and trackside, so Tom remains, and then Kathy does all the logistics.
A happy racer is a fast racer. I want to be a foundation for everybody to build on, stand on.
I'm very proud to welcome the Norco team to the University of Birmingham, a city that I've lived in for 25 years. It's really nice to bring everyone here for a winter camp, really, to see how everyone is, assess them, and help me plan and prepare their training. Riders, we've got more of them.
I'm Danny Hart, I'm 33 years young. I'm from the northeast coast of England, going into season 18.
We've got Bodie, who's foam rolling just out of shot.
I'm Bodie Kuhn, 19 years old. I'm originally from Roslyn, BC, which is a really small town and a little bit east in BC. My dad was a racer, so I always grew up with it. My mom and dad and my sister, they all rode. So from the ripe old age of 2, I was riding bikes, and ever since then I wanted to race.
We've got young Eris and young Lena, 2 young, really exciting girls who joined as well.
My name is Lena Frina. I'm from Austria and I'm 16 years old. When I was 8, my dad had me on a downhill bike.
How was your season 2024?
It was good. I was at 2nd place at the European Champs. I won the European Downhill Cup.
Yo, I'm Eris. I'm 18 years old and I come from New Zealand, Aotearoa. Love the idea of what the whole team's about and the people involved, and all the goals that like align with me as a person. And it's just a really cool environment, so I'm psyched.
And obviously Gracie's staying, Lucas is here.
Last season, going into last season, I didn't even take a break. I was like straight to it. I feel like I kind of proved myself at MSA. I kind of showed people that I actually am there, that I can do it. This season I felt like I could just have a chill month and then back to it.
Since I crashed, my main goal was to get healthy again so that I could race. Feel like I've been through so much that I can take really whatever's coming at me. I believe that will really help with my riding and believing in myself.
Funnily enough, my phone popped up yesterday, and 10 years ago to the day I was in the lab with Rachel Atherton. It's quite nice to have Lena, have Eris, have Gracie back in that environment. It's a method that I've employed for a long time to understand the athletes, how strong they are, how fit they are, that sort of thing, but also trying to understand the individual. Each athlete has brought with them something that's not perfect. We're not completely symmetrical as humans, but with mountain bikers crashing and hurting themselves and movement patterns not being perfect, people might turn up with a sore back or one leg is weaker than the other. So we're trying to understand that. With young riders, we've got this sort of long-term plan. All the riders are young, really, apart from Danny. Danny's the veteran at 32. I started working with Danny when he was about 15. So I think we work well together. He's got a certain sense of humour that I understand now.
I'm just about to witness these 2 youths do their first VO2, and I know what I've got to beat.
To have this earmarked in the diary, look, the best thing for us to do is get everyone together in December. Let's spend some time together as a new group, and then moving into January we've got plans to go away on the bikes. So I'm really excited about that. We're working really hard to clear what we think is the right path to round 1. We're out here in Queenstown with the Norco team. We've come for some beautiful weather, and we're here basically to get the guys and girls set up on their bikes and getting the girls ready for Hardline as well. So it's a busy team camp, and we're a better place to do it. Fired up. Fired up.
I'm feeling good, body's feeling really solid. I got along with the bike really well right off the start. I was really impressed with how easy it is to ride fast.
It was a tricky summer for sure. People ask, they're like, you know, you got to see the positives in it, and you're like, yeah, but I kind of wish I didn't break my leg. The complications did not help, but I think I stayed positive for the most part, and no regrets there. Definitely learned so much stuff about myself.
I don't like to harp on about how difficult like my last year's off season was, but I didn't even know what bike I was riding at this time last year, so just got so much more time Going to have a lot of testing to do, and I'm really excited about that. I've obviously had that before, then I've seen what it's like not to have it. Now I know that it's much more important.
I'm just frothing.
A super good mix of like different personalities. It would be so cool having, it's like a girl-boy split, and having like 2 other female athletes to ride with at the races and outside the races as well is going to be awesome. We all quite like free ride as well, so that would be a fun kind of downtime but still working on the bike together.
So what do you admire most about Everest's tongues?
Her whips.
Her whips?
Oh yeah.
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 I can't wait for Hardline. It's gonna be sick. I love that track.
Height.
I feel like the faster I go, the like more peaceful I feel, which is kind of weird because you kind of almost think it the other way around, but like I just have that rush of adrenaline and just love the feeling of just pushing the limits, and I've loved it since growing up with my brothers riding at home.
I followed Darcy and Eris just followed me. The first lap down and we hit everything. It was the sickest lap of my life, I think. We were just like screaming the whole way down. This morning, not feeling the best, just because yesterday I like tweaked my back. We're just gonna try and get through today and hit the last bit of the track. So.
All the girls I think had to tick off like creek race and below. So excited and nervous for that. Wind looks good, so that's awesome. They're pretty keen to get those done and then see how it goes from there, if I can hold on for a full run or not. All smiles here because I'm stoked I got to ride it all. So yeah, happy as.
Thinking back on it and like looking at my runs, sometimes like, oh, what were you doing there? Like just the amount of kind of risk involved with it. But at the time, it doesn't feel risky, just like what I'm trying to do.
Sounds like her head's okay. She's got a sore wrist and a bit of sore abdomen. She's more mad that she's cased the jump rather than hurt herself and that she won't be in finals. So she's a trooper, a little sis, but we better head down and be with her down in the mid-10. So yeah.
Eris had a big crash at Hardline. She came up short on one of the jumps and she's got some broken bones. It's taken a bit of time to get her to this point. She's doing really well, she's recovering really well. I'm in good communication with her and we're hoping to have her back on the bike soon.
What bit of Eris is missing right now in the group?
She's such a big personality. Like she's just...
I love about Eris is she's just so super positive.
Yeah.
And she's really happy.
I got a video of her actually, after she had just hit most of the course. And she was buzzing. She was just having the best time of her life.
I just a fucking cliff jump on my first run. And I'm now very hyped.
I think I'm more scared to go down a hard tech line than hit one of those big things, but I like big features.
What she accomplished was so insane, and yeah, we're just trying to keep up.
The Hardline track has some huge features with huge risk. For Gracie to see what happened to Eris and still be able to go back to the top and put together a full, clean, stylish run without hesitation is very, very impressive indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I think we almost reset again and go for the World Cups because she knows she can do it, and I think I know she can do it. And there's some different challenges to World Cup racing than the hardline races. We're now in Lusa in Portugal, a place I've been coming for over 10 years. It's a great hill to train on, and we've also got a test event to help set us up for the World Cup season.
I'm glad we've had more opportunity to just be together as a group and work on bike setup before the first race. Because last year I think we only had one. Yeah, this one last year. Yeah, it's good to have multiple opportunities.
It's going to be 6 riders with a full roster, which is fantastic, but that means more mechanics, that means more infrastructure. Everyone's got a key job to do, and everyone's going to be kept busy with their jobs.
So far, how's your experience on a big World Cup team?
Crazy. To have such a big team now. All people are lovely. I think it's going to be a good season this year.
I think Lena's settled in really well. It's quite a big challenge, I would say, for Lena because it's not her first language. I'm trying to account for that, trying to make her feel comfortable, and she's getting on really well with Grace.
We're missing Eris here, which is unfortunate. Gracie's really stepped up well as this mentor for Lena. They're both quite quiet, but when they're next to each other playing cards or whatever they're doing, they're having such a good time.
I think it's going to be quite fun.
And when they're practicing together and training together, it's working well, they're bouncing off each other. And the same on the men's side. Danny's been super warm to the other riders. Bodie and Danny have such different riding styles and the way they approach things. If you can get them to work together, they'll both benefit each other. They're both understanding it.
The experience and expertise in downhill racing is something that was really big for me coming over to Norco. You know, having somebody in management who really understands what it's like to be in that situation and to have the pressure. He's been racing and winning World Cups since before I was born.
I'm not working with like beginner athletes. I've got Danny Hart, he's a world champion. Even Lena, she's quite accomplished for a junior rider going into juniors. For me to come in and tell them how I did it and how it should be done is not really the approach. But we're trying to make it open for them to ask me anything. I'd love to share what I did, and when it comes the right time, and I'm sure it will. You know, Lucas has come off a major injury last season, and he's worked so hard. You know, he's barely got a limp. The pace, I was trying to keep up with Lucas, and I couldn't. To see him come back from this crazy leg injury to being so confident and fast, it's so good to see.
It really is a clean slate for sure. Coming off of last season and all the support's there. Now we're really ahead of the game this year. Just gotta ride hard and it'll pay off.
How is it to have no girls in the team?
I'm loving it so far. Yeah, I don't get dropped by the boys and I'm not on the ride with them now, so yeah, now there's people to lap with, so that's nice, and to hang out with, and practicing will be something different. I've never practiced with anyone, so. What do you think your teammate's greatest skill is? Lena, I think just going for it. She really just sends it. Hit all the big jumps before me the first day. That was pretty cool to see.
I heard she hit them all before Greg as well.
She did, yeah. She was towing Greg and actually.
And I look at the step and I'm going, well, it's pretty big and blind. I don't need to do this right now. And then I hear Lena's jumped it. And I'm going, well, like, do we need to put like a limit onto what these riders should be doing so soon, you know? And I'm like getting a bit neurotic about it.
This weekend, I think, although we've had beautiful sunshine all week, we're expecting rain and storms. And I actually think that that's not a bad thing. In riding in the wet conditions, there's going to be quite a lot of off-camber here. I'm not concerned on the result of the race, but I'd like to see them feel as they've worked through that process of practice. And if we can get a good bike set up for the wet, if we can, you know, get them feeling as though they're happy and they're confident on the track in those conditions, perfect.
I can see how much effort they're putting in, and I know this is an opportunity now and we need to really make the most of it, and I know that, and I'm really willing to do that.
I think when we're riding together and spend a lot of time together, we're becoming stronger.
Agreed.
So you'll be able to develop together and become stronger together, and help accelerate each other to another level.
Yesterday,
If you can create a great environment, everyone's going to succeed. And it's all in the making, and I'm excited to get into the season, get racing.